Are we on? Are we on? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, if there is a gentleman out there. Hi, guys. How are you? Hope you guys are having a beautiful week thus far. I know it's only Tuesday, but yeah, just the beginning of the week. Well, sort of. But um, yeah, I'm a little cuckoo tonight, so don't be so surprised if I do some weird things. Okay. Want to welcome everybody here to tonight's live. This is not my normal time, but well, there's been things that have been going on Sunday night, so I've been switching over to Tuesday night. I don't know. Maybe I'll keep Tuesday night. We'll see. But let's see who's in the chat room tonight. Let's give a quick shout out to Miss Linda Denton. Hello, Linda. And Sandra K is here. Linda Faust is here. Hello, hello. And Martha Rutherford is here. Hello, Martha. And let's see. Oh, we got the chat bot here. And we got Jean Brittingham at Jean Brittingham at Kept in Stitches. Hello, hello. Hey, Melster. I see Melster Morton is here. Melissa Page says, best intro music ever. What is the music? Oh, it's that jazz sounding thing. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I was about to change it, too, to something a little bit more salsa. Maybe I'll keep the jazz. Let's see. Jeannie Wallen is here. Hello, Jeannie. Karen Burnett. Hi, Eric. Hope you are doing good. Well, I'm doing fine here, Karen. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. And Melody Kiefer is here. Hello, Melody. Robin Taylor. Hey, Robin. Judy Smith. My friend Judy Smith. How are you? Murray Mitchell is saying hello. Patience, love you. Teach that bot to spell. Did I spell something wrong? Oh, I guess maybe I did. Melina Montoya is here. Hello, hello. I missed you too, Melina. Donna Hoffler is here. Hello, Donna. Cutie Rupert. Cutie Rupert. Hello, Cutie. And Morrison is waving hello. Kim Burris, my pal Kim. How are you? Hope you are getting better. Thanks for stopping by. And let's see. Susan Nelson is saying hello. Judy Smith says, I like Tuesday nights. You know, I might have to do Tuesday night. It doesn't interfere with a lot of my scheduling. We'll see about that. John Hare is here. Hello, John. And Jim Bennett is here. Hey, Jim. He's giving the thumbs up. Ann Morrison, you hope you made progress on what you are working on. Well, and it was actually the video that I was working on, and I'll talk a little bit about that tonight. Okay, I'm doing better slowly but surely. Well, Kim, we're still praying for you. Okay, hope everything, one day at a time. Okay, but one step forward is still progress, as long as you don't fall back. That's all that matters. Alrighty, so, well, first and foremost, I do have to say that there was a video that went up on Monday morning, and it was the video about this quilt behind me, the Disappearing Nine patch, which was one of the very first quilts that it was the first quilt that I did. And if you saw the video and liked it and you gave it a thumbs up, thank you so much. It was a very well received video. I think a lot of people had positive responses to it. A lot of people shared their own stories about when they first started quilting, and A lot of newcomers to quilting were also like, one person actually shared that they were so glad that I mentioned all of the silly mistakes that I made on my first quilt, because then they didn't feel so bad. Honey, we've all been there, okay? I'm just the first person to admit that. But everybody started admitting all the faults and all the beginner mistakes that they made on their first quilts. So, yeah, but it's a very, very well received video, and there's been a lot of. I'm still trying to catch up with all the comments that are coming in. So I want to thank everybody for that watched it. It took a while to actually put that video together because of the fact that I'm not just doing a tutorial. I had to kind of develop the whole story and shoot all this extra footage and learn how to do something like, or learn how to put together a video like that. So, but I'm glad it's being very well received. So thank you guys so very much. Let's see, Kim is saying, I have a cardiologist appointment on the 8th to check an issue, but hope it's okay for now. I hope so too, Kim. I miss you. I miss having you on here, but I'm glad you're here tonight. Okay, looks like you and Tiff had fun in Vegas. So glad she laughed a lot. Oh, Linda, you know, there's a lot of things that we probably, well, we can't share because, well, it's, let's just say what happens in Vegas really does stay in Vegas. But it was really great to see Tiffany laugh throughout everything that she's been through in the past couple of days or past couple of weeks. But it was also good for me to just kind of get out and do crazy things like ride a roller coaster and get stuck on a roller coaster. And if you saw the last live, you'll understand the reference about the shopping carts. Let's see. You did a good job on the video. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. I'm here, gonna stay. Well, that's a good attitude to have, Kim. All right. So what am I doing tonight? Well, in the video, you saw me make this block. And so I'm going to make one more block, one more of these blocks. And I'm actually going to turn both of these into a tote bag, because I actually need a tote bag to carry around all this new camera equipment that we got here. So let's get this started. Actually, well, what gave me this idea was really just the fact that one of the people actually, or one of the viewers, one of you, asked for a tutorial in terms of how I actually made the block. I kind of gave like a brief rundown on how I made this quilt behind me, and they were asking, can you do a tutorial where you take it a little slower, because I understand that this person is a brand new quilter and they weren't familiar with how to do a disappearing 9-patch block. So I figured tonight would be a perfect opportunity to just come on here live. I don't see this person in the chat room, but maybe they'll catch the replay. And, you know, we can all just hang out, chat while I make this block, and let's film it. So let me get the camera situated. Oh. Okay. Is it upside down? Nope. Okay, so here is the block. Okay, if you've done a disappearing 9-patch, this is not really anything complicating. So the block, I think, measures about 12.5, I want to say. Okay, so what I'm using is, I'm using 5-inch squares here. I have 5 of a print and 4 of a background. We're basically going to put together a 9-patch, and we're going to cut it up in different ways. Now I'm going to cut it vertically and horizontally, and when we get to that part, I kind of explain it, but you can cut it in multiple ways, whatever way you want to. And depending on how you cut it and depending on how you rearrange the block, you're going to get a different look. Okay, now I do have one print square that's different from the other 4. And so I'm going to put that square in the center. And so I'm just going to, again, these are 5-inch. All of these are 5-inch square. There's 4 of a background. There's 4 of this. And then there's 1 of that. So basically you're just looking for 5 prints and 4 background squares. Okay. I see people coming in. Did everyone see how tall Eric is next to Tiffany? I missed him in Vegas. Yeah, Judy, she comes up right about here. Okay, so let's see. I actually did a disappearing 9-patch block on my grandmother's treadle sewing machine, one of my first quilts. Oh, that's good to hear, Jean. I love that block. I love the green, so thank you, Martha. So, okay, so let me just start sewing my 9-patch here. So I'm going to just grab those 2. And let's get sewing. Gotta turn the machine on. Cut that out of the way. And I'm gonna take my second pair. Oh, wait. No, that's the right side. Okay. So, who is sewing tonight? Or how many of us are working on other projects? Or am I the only one sewing and you guys are just watching? You know, I do have to say that if you saw last week's live, you know the story about the shopping cart. And, you know, I had to tell my mother that story. And her reaction, well, first of all, she called me stupid for doing such a stupid thing. But then she said, but, you know, I really can't talk Eric because I pretty much did the same thing too. And quite honestly, I'm not surprised because that's just the way my mother is. And then we got into this whole argument. Why did you call me stupid when you do the same thing? She's like, shh, don't tell anybody. It's our secret. Like you called me stupid and then you do the same thing. That's stupid. Yep. But that's my mom. Okay, so I'm sewing on the next one. You know, I'm one of those quilters that will actually get myself confused. Well, I do chain stitch pieces together, or if I'm putting a block together, I will chain stitch it, but I don't do what people refer to as webbing. You know, I know a lot of you guys watch Tiffany, so when she does her chain stitching, you know, she leaves everything kind of connected together. She doesn't cut the threads or the individual pieces apart. And, you know, it's called, some people call that webbing. I get myself confused, actually, if I leave it on like that. I'm 99% bound to sew something on there that's supposed to be in, or sew something on wrong. So I don't do webbing most of the time. I do chain stitch it, but then I cut the piece off. Okay, last row here. Oh, did I turn on my iron? Ah, I forgot to turn on the iron. So while the iron is warming up, I can sew this last one. Okay, so like this, I won't keep it connected. I will actually snip all of this off. Again, that's just me. If you can do the webbing and not get confused, more power to you. That's just not me. Okay, pressing the seam allowances, I am pressing them over to one side. I'm pressing them for now towards the print fabrics. So let's see, this top row, I press the seam allowances out. The middle row, I'm pressing them in. And third row is out again. For now, I'm just finger pressing these. Where's Woody? Woody. Okay. Okay, let me scroll back and see if there was any questions. Well, hello, Miss Kelly's Cruise Craft and Quilts. Glad you made it tonight. Let's see. Hello, Martha. If I didn't say hello to you. And Morrison, I'm just watching. So Melstore is doing a baby blanket. I need to do one of those. Yeah. I need to make a baby quilt for my step niece who just gave birth to her first baby girl. Let's see. And Jean Brittingham is saying just finished a piecing and layered a small quilt ready to start hand quilting it. Wow. You know, I have so much respect for people that do hand quilting because that is not my cup of tea. Nope. And Robin is saying, still makes me laugh. Okay. Let's see. I'm planning a skinny wall hanging to block a certain window, but otherwise just watching. Oh, okay. We'll post a picture of it online for us, Kelly. I sewed earlier this evening. It's late on the East Coast. Oh, that's right. It's, what is it, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, almost 11. Well, thanks for hanging in there, Judy. Let's see. I finished a connecting block today, quilting and binding too. Well, congratulations, Susan. So I cut out baby patterns today for grandson and did some housework. I'm going to make him a little t-shirt and shorts for summer. Oh, that's so cute, Kim. Okay. That industrial is so quiet. Actually, Daniel, it's this microphone that's muting the industrial. The industrial's not like deafening, but it does make some noise to it. But it's actually this microphone here in which it only picks up sound from this angle. So anything I do here, like I don't know if you can hear me snap my fingers. Oh, you might be able to hear it, but it concentrates on sound that's on this side. So You might pick up on the machine, you might not. Okay. I always press open. I do a combination of both, Danielle. I'll press it over to one side. You can press these seams open if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. I do a combination of both. Most of the times I will press over to one side if I'm trying to feel or if I'm trying to nest a seam, sorry. You know, it's easier for me to kind of match those points when it is pressed over to one side. But when it comes to multiple seams kind of coming together, I will press those things open. Okay. Just became a great grandma. Oh, congratulations, Martha. Is this the first grandchild? Okay, let's get this seam. Okay. Oh, seam flipped over. Oh well, that's all right. And you know what? Give me some 2.5-inch squares here. Now these squares that I'm sewing on have nothing to do with the block. They're just something that I'm just doing a leader and ender thing here. So and I can now okay, so I will press these particular seams open here. And yeah, you see the seam just kind of flip back. I'm just gonna press it as best as I can. I'm just finger pressing right now. And let me grab Woody. Okay. Okay, so Jeannie Wallen's working on Tula's butterfly quilt. Jeannie, do you mean this one? This is a big project that I'm planning on doing, so let me know how yours goes. Okay. Eric, is that the same industrial juki like the one Tiffany won? No, Tiffany has a different model. This is a juki, but she has the walking foot version, and she specifically wanted to get that particular model because of her, you know, she does a lot of bag making. And to have a walking foot when you're doing or when you're working with materials like vinyl or leather, it's a lot easier to use a walking foot or to sew with a walking foot. And this particular machine, you know, it doesn't do well with thicker fabrics. So if, for example, I sew with denim here, I can basically only do 2 layers. If I go to 4 layers, it's gonna struggle. And if I do any more layers than that, I'm gonna break a needle or I'm gonna break the machine. So that's one of the big misconceptions about industrial machines is that people think that, oh, you have an industrial machine, you can sew basically on anything. That's actually not true. Some machines are specifically designed to sew on certain materials. Case in point, Tiffany has that walking foot machine, and it is designed to sew through much more thicker materials. Whereas in this machine here, it does really well with quilting cotton. But once I start doing denim, I start doing canvas or some kind of thicker, heavier, kind of more dense fabric, it's not going to do so well. That's not to say I wasn't jealous when I saw Tiffany's machine. But you know, she's been begging for an industrial machine for years. And when she saw mine, she got a little jealous. She's like, I want that. Hello, Miss Carissa. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful night. Um, let's see, I'll do another one of these. Yeah. You know, making 4 patches on the side, it's one of those things where, ooh, what the heck happened to this? Um, you know, I like to make 4 patches like this just as a leader and ender project. I mean, I got a stack of 4 patches somewhere in one of these boxes. And if I ever do come across a project, or maybe if I ever decide to make a postage stamp quilt, I'm ready. Got all these 4 patches somewhere in a box. That's a lot more work to open, but for me, it's worth it. I also use a strip stick to get the super flat. Yep, Danielle, I bought this almost a year ago. And let me tell you, if you are someone who presses your seams open, you do need a strip stick like this because it's so much easier to press it open when you have this. So something I would highly recommend. Okay. Let's see. Oh, speaking of, I kind of need it. So it's just a lot easier when you have this strip stick here to it kind of helps to prop open that seam. And of course, I'm just using a wood press right now. But if I could actually go over this with an iron, in which I'm about to do that right now. So let me catch up on comments real quick. Okay, wait, I have to take my night meds. Oh, Ann Morrison, please do take your meds. Oh, thank you. Me too. That's Jim. Jim, please take your medication too. Let's see. Jackie. Hello, Jackie. I use my Janome mechanical heavy duty for denim and bags. Okay. How do you like that machine, Jackie? Because I was actually looking to purchase that one. Your Juki seems perfect for piecing. I do like it, Danielle. I wouldn't call it perfect. I don't think there really is a perfect machine. I mean, every machine, in my experience, every machine has its quirks, it has its benefits, but overall, I'm very, very happy with this machine. So if you're ever in the market for an industrial machine and you're not going to be doing heavy duty fabrics, you might want to consider this machine. Let's see. Hello, Sarah. Glad you made it here tonight. And I'm glad she won second place with her quote so she can get a machine she wanted. Yeah, I was really happy for her. Well, you know, actually, she kind of bargained with Sewing Machines Plus because they were giving her a long arm and she already has a long arm, so she didn't need it. So she figured maybe she can ask or make a bargain with Sewing Machines Plus and get something equivalent and they agreed to it, so that's how she got her industrial machine. Okay, this looks a lot easier than me piecing an atomic starburst row eker. Oh my gosh. Carissa, just the name itself. Oh, starburst rose earlier. Okay. Well, I was about to say the name itself just makes it sound very hard. Yep, strip stick is the bomb. It is the bomb. Let's see. Okay. Let me press these seams. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we got the seams all nice and flat. Let me put these to the side for a second and move this out of the way. Make some room here. I'm looking to get a machine for piecing. Industrial might be the one. They are maintenance free. They're lower maintenance. They're not exactly maintenance free. Well, most of the maintenance, you can kind of just do it on your own. And if you take care of the machine, in terms of cleaning out the bobbin area, changing needles, getting out all the lint and whatnot. Like I've had this machine for 7 years. Not once did I have to take it in for servicing because it's still great. The feed dogs are kind of going, but other than that, it's still great. It still sells. Let me get the big ruler. Okay, watching you sew so smoothly makes me want to get an industrial. Okay, so we got our 9 patch here. And like I said before, I'm going to cut it vertically and then cut it horizontally. Now this cutting mat is not big enough for this block, so you're going to see me move the pieces around. And let's see, I need to cut it at, what is that? I started off with a 5-inch square. This is now going to be 4.5. So 4.5 divided by 2, that's 2.25. Somebody please confirm that. Wait, 4.5 divided by 2, yeah, that is 2.25. I'm scared. Wait, did I really calculate? Okay, what is 4.5 divided by 2? I should know this. Where's my calculator? I can't think right now. Okay, there it is. 4. Whoops. Okay, 4.5 divided by 2 equals, yep, 2.25. Okay. Okay. Like they say, measure twice, cut once. Well, calculate 22 times, measure it twice. Now we cut it. Okay. Would you believe that I work as an accountant? There we go. Cut it vertically in half. So I got these 2 halves. Now, if I had a rotating mat, I would actually just use that and turn everything or rotate the mat. But again, this block is a little too big for this particular size mat. So I'm just going to do it old school style and just turn it manually, just line it up as best as I can. And here we go. 2 1/4. So I'm lining up the 2 1/4 right on that seam here. Looks good. We'll cut it in half again. So we started off with our 9 patch that looks like that. We cut it vertically, we cut it horizontally in half, and now we got 4 separate squares here. Okay. Let's see. Where did you get the strip stick? Kathy or Cat F, I bought it at a quilt show and I forgot who the vendor was. Was it Orange Dot Quilts? I think it was Orange Dot Quilts. But I think they're pretty common. So there's various versions of it, and I don't see the difference between one version to the next. So if you do look for strip sticks, I think MSQC also has it. They do come in different sizes. I just went for the largest one, but if you Google it, or if you look at popular websites like Missouri Star, I know Missouri Star does have it. I think Fat Quarter Shop might have it. I don't know, but just do a Google search for it. Just look for strip sticks, and I'm pretty sure you'll find a shop that has it, an online store, or maybe even a quilt shop nearby you that will carry that. I really like the video showing your first quilt and struggles of learning something new. Oh, thank you, Charlene. Thank you so much. Yeah, that video took a very long time to do, so I'm glad that people are responding well to it. Switching computers, catch you in a view. Okay, Jackie, we'll be here, hopefully. Watching you so smoothly makes me... Okay, I think I read that. Eric, do you use Steam? Jeannie, I do. I do use Steam mostly if I'm really trying to get like a bulky seam to lay flat. I will use Steam. I'll use a clapper. Most of the time, I don't use Steam when I'm trying to just iron seam allowances again if it's a bulky seam. But I do use Steam when I'm kind of ironing like fabric yardage. When other times? Yeah, I try not to use Steam when I'm doing piecing like this, because I do find that on certain fabrics it will distort the fabric and it will shrink it. If I do have a block that has a biased edge, yeah, I try not to use Steam, but sometimes I just shoot it with Steam because maybe the seam allowance is just being stubborn. Okay, machine needs maintenance at least once a year, 2 times a year. If you sew a lot, they need timing and oil inside where we cannot reach. Not with this machine. This machine actually has its own self-oiling system, and you can actually play with the timing on this machine yourself. So again, not much maintenance goes into this machine. Okay. Okay. Hello, Miss Vivian. How are you? You're up late tonight. And oops, okay. And I saw that video of your studio, girl, and I'm jealous. Okay. Now's the fun part, because now that we got our 9 patch kind of cut in halves, both vertically and horizontally, we can play. So the way I had the block originally was in this manner, But this is where you can play around because you could do something. You don't necessarily have to do it like this. Let's see, you could do something like this. That looks kind of cool. You could do where you got one big square in the middle and it kind of looks like you put sashing around it. How about if we do, did we do this one? This would look pretty cool when you got one square surrounded by what looks like sashing. How about, I've seen some people do this. Wonder what that would look like in a huge quilt. Let's see, what other things can we do? You know, there's so many different combinations in terms of how to do a disappearing 9-patch block. So, you know, just have fun at it. If you're going to make a block like this, just have fun. You don't have to necessarily do it this way. Create some other combination that you like. So, but for my own sake, where's my example block? I'm trying to match this one. So I need to rotate that one out this way. This goes this way, like that, and this one gets turned around, like that. Is that right? Yep. Yeah, that looks right to me. Measure twice, cut once, swear and fudge it. That's right, Cat. Let's see. I worked where they repair machines, and it's amazing how much people neglect their machines, then wonder why they don't work right. Yeah. Yeah, actually, Donna, my very first sewing machine, I didn't even know you were supposed to take it for maintenance and how you were supposed to clean it. So it finally kind of conked out after, I think, about 4 years. But man, oh man, after I learned that you're supposed to clean it out and I finally cleaned it out, holy cow, I had a whole pillow in the bottom, in the bobbin area, just full of lint. And I was wondering why this machine suddenly was just struggling to keep up. I mean, it wasn't going, or it wasn't sewing as well. So yeah, once I opened that bobbin area and saw what I saw, I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense now. This poor machine has been struggling with all this extra gunk in the bottom. What am I doing? Okay, so we'll sew these two. T-Quilt sells the strip sticks on her website. That's right. She does sell it. The website is tquilts.com. And you can tell her Eric sent you. Or Treasure Heart Creation sent you. But she actually gave me a shout out on a video, on Vivian's video. So, just returning the favor. Okay. So let's sew these two. Okay, got my little 2-patch here. And I think it goes like that. Let me double check it. Yep. Like this. Thank you, Eric. I took a nap for now, so now I'm up. Okay. Do you send your quilts out or do you do them on your home machine or long arm? Um, I do have a stack of quilt tops that need to get quilted, so, and I do have a long arm. That's the sad part too. So I need to kind of fire up the long arm this weekend, and that was my plan. Um, Actually, that's been my plan for I don't know how many weekends ago, but every time I make a plan to do some quilting on the long arm, life happens. So we'll see. But I think I have like 5 or 10 quilt tops that need to get quilted. Yeah, it's pretty bad of me, especially if I have a long arm. Okay, so I'm just gonna press this top one to the left there, and I'm just finger pressing it, and then I'll press this bottom one. Whoops, let's get this right. Okay, so I ended up pressing the top one that way to the left. So I'm gonna press this one over in the opposite direction. And I'm just pressing the seams over. You can press them open if you want to. Okay. And we'll put these two together. Hopefully these will, yep, they should nest. And we're only matching the seam here in the middle, so I love that. But I am gonna put a pin here because this is a pretty long seam, so just to hold it together there. And we shall sew this one. Let me cut this off before it falls off the table. And I will sew another one of these together. Ooh, how did we do with this 4-patch? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Haha. I still get thrills when I have a matching point right there in the center. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, now how did we do on this one? Okay, not bad. I can live with it. It's not perfect, but I can live with it. There we go. I can't imagine what is deep inside the machine. You cannot see. Scary. Yeah, it was scary when I first took apart that machine. Let's see. Brother machines hate lint in the bobbin area. I think all machines hate lint in the bobbin area. Okay, thank you, Eric, for the stream. Now I really want the industrial. Getting a Juki 2010. I want a Fervor machine. Oh, okay. Well, Danielle, let's go for it. Okay. A lady I worked for once wondered why her machine did not sew right. I opened the bobbin area and you could not see anything in there. It was matted with lint. Ooh. Kind of sounds like me there, Donna. Taylor, I actually do have a long arm. It's a Handy Quilter Moxie. And it's a rather, I don't know if they can, it qualifies as a mid arm, actually. But it only has a 15-inch throat space, so it does the job for me. I used to have a bigger long arm that was 18-inch throat space with a 10-inch frame, or 10-inch, 12-foot frame. But, I don't do bed quilts anymore. Most of the time it's just or throw size quilts, or maybe even wall hanging. So I kind of figured there's no reason for me to have a 12-inch frame. So I kind of got rid of the old long arm and downsized it, because these days I'm just doing smaller projects. I'm not really doing huge bed quilts anymore. So it suits me. I know a lot of people, when they saw the Moxie, or when they get a machine that is only a 15-inch throat space, they complain about how small the throat space is. But for me, it works because, again, I'm not making huge quilts. So, okay, so I did finger press this seams, but let's give this block a final press and we'll call it done. Ta-da! I wish I had a cheering sound effect. And there it is, the final block. Okay, so again, what I do plan on doing is, this is one half of it, here's the other one. And I'm going to use both of these to actually make a tote bag, because I need another tote bag to carry all this new camera equipment that is going on the go with me these days. So, yep, but just responding to a viewer or subscriber, one of you guys out there that was a beginning quilter and asked for a much more detailed tutorial and demonstration on how to put this block together. So there you have it. Okay. Okay, so let's switch cameras again. Hello, guys. So, he has two long arms. He's 6'6". Oh, Anne, you're my kind of gal. That's, oh my gosh. That's a good one. Okay. Just hitting you on, I'm late. Oh, well, glad you made it here, Stitchin' Crazy. Okay, the block looks great. Well, thank you. Very nice. Okay, so, Anne, your comment kind of reminds me of a separate story, and I was kind of debating on whether or not I was going to include this on that video about this quilt or my first quilt. But I didn't want the video to be too long, so here's the story. So after I got my 9-patch quilt top done, and then I went through the whole fiasco of like, what? I got to quilt it now? I started searching for the fastest method of how to quilt a quilt. And that is when I actually saw a video by someone who became a very good friend, a very good quilting friend. And she was talking about something at that time I didn't know was something called a long arm. And I'm thinking, long arm, long arm. My original thought about what a long arm really was when I first started quilting was that I thought it was some kind of prosthetic medical device for quilters. So, long arm, maybe if somebody doesn't have a hand or have use of the hand, they put something on their arm and they can sew. Long arm. So when she started talking about long arms and what to look for in long arms, she was mentioning things about price. She was mentioning things about how to having room for it. And I'm thinking, okay. Originally I thought maybe she was a nurse. Which is why she's giving this talk about this medical device. Then she showed us an actual long arm, and I'm like, oh, you mean a long arm is a real sewing machine? Why do they call it a long arm? Why don't they just call it a quilting sewing machine? But yeah, so my first impression of a long arm. So when you said I got two of them, yeah, here they are. Oh boy. Hello, Janice. I did receive your message on Facebook Messenger, so be expecting something in the mail. And I will be mailing that out hopefully by tomorrow. Yeah. If I have time to actually get to the post office. But yes, Janice, just to let you know, I did get your message on the Facebook Messenger, so congratulations, and we'll be sending out that package sometime very soon. Let's see. That's a tall drink of water. Well, thank you, Diane. Okay, Jim Bennett Mime. I'm 5'10". My son is 6'8". Whoa. Okay, he's taller than I am. Does he have trouble finding pants, Jim? I've not done a disappearing 9-patch block yet. It's on the list. Well, Kat, hopefully this will serve as some inspiration. Or maybe that will serve as inspiration. Did you save your first quilt? I saw it in your previous video. Actually, I do still have it. It's on, well, I put it back in the closet, but I still use it, actually. And I had to kind of patch certain areas of it. And I was trying to hide those areas when I was shooting it on the video. So, but yeah, I still have it. I kept it in, as I say it, in all of its fall apart glory. So it's still here. It's still being loved. It's still being used, but it's the ugliest thing in the world. Let's see. Oh, I like your switching your legs for quilting. That was so cute. Okay. Yeah, that story I kept in the video. I figured somebody's going to relate to that. Hopefully I'm not the only one that did that, but maybe I am. Okay, yes, either too short or big or too big. Okay, Jim, I know the struggle. I know the struggle. So please tell your son, I know the struggle. He's not alone. If you're ever in Texas, that's the place to go to buy pants. Didn't your friend Tiffany measure you at 6'7"? I don't know. I mean, she did measure me literally against the wall, and they took out a tape measure, and it said 6'6.5". But I don't know. I just went to the doctor, and they confirmed it's 6'6.25". So, I don't know. I don't know who's actually officially right. Hello, Miss Debbie Ott. Those greens are pretty. Oh, thank you. Well, we've been on for an hour and a half now, and of course it's always fun to be on. Oh, wait, no, I started at 7:30, so about an hour. Okay, so that's good time. I didn't plan for this to go longer than an hour, so Um, but yeah, you know, hope you guys had, or I thoroughly enjoyed having you guys here with me and sewing tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. But if there's any last minute questions or comments, I'll stay on for about another minute or two. Maybe you're still growing. Melissa, um, I'm not growing this way. I'm growing this way. So, oh, there's one thing I did want to share with you guys, and there's something that I found. Um, if you are someone that likes to listen, now I do mean listen to a podcast, not on YouTube. I did find this very, very entertaining and interesting podcast. It's called The Inappropriate Quilters. And let me tell you, these two girls, Leslie and Rochelle, oh my goodness, they are hilarious. So if you are into, or if you do listen to podcasts, I would definitely recommend The Inappropriate Quilters. You can find them on Apple Podcasts. I think they're on Spotify. I found them through the iHeartRadio app. But oh my gosh, I listen to podcasts when I'm driving on my way to work, and having them on, it's like you just sitting down with your girlfriends, just chatting and sewing. And they're so inappropriate, but they are hilarious. So definitely, if you're into podcasts, check them out. Okay. Well, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know for some of you it's fairly late on the East Coast, and so I do appreciate that you guys take the time and spend the time with me here. Hope you guys enjoy just chit-chatting my randomness here. Well, maybe next time we will turn these two things into the tote bag that I'm talking about, if I don't do it beforehand. But let's see, what's coming up is there will be no live on Sunday night, but it's the first Sunday of the month, so we are doing our monthly Zoom chat, and I will put links in the Treasure Heart Creations Facebook group. And if you're part of the T Quilts Facebook group, there's going to be a link in there. If you're not part of either and you still want to join, it's free to join. Just send me an email at treasureheartcreations at gmail.com. Kind of drew a blank right there. Or and I can send you the link and the information. So that's coming up on Sunday, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And let's see what else is coming up. I do owe you a video for the next block in the scrap strings, strips, and crumbs quilt along. So that I'm working on that. Hopefully I'll get that done. Okay. And I know everybody liked the first with every stitch video in the series, so I've already started working on the next one. I won't make any promises, but maybe I'll get it out this month. We'll just have to see. This one's going to be a tough one, though. So, yeah. Okay. So, thank you guys again for joining us. There's some last minute questions. What size is your sewing foot? 12 inches. No, actually, the sewing foot, or the pedal for this sewing machine, is actually attached to the table so it doesn't move. But my foot is 13 inches. All right. When will I be on again? Debbie, I'm going to try and see if I can go on another live. Since I will not be live on Sunday night, I might be able to swing it Saturday morning. So be on the lookout for that. Okay. Again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and stay safe. And yeah, let's all get out there and let's all create stuff. Mwah. Bye for now.